Once upon a time, there lived a hardworking farmer called Ochieng and his beautiful wife Njoki. Their lives were filled with laughter echoing in their mud brick home. The two had three daughters, each a gem: Atieno the oldest, Njeri the middle child, and Achieng the youngest, who was a very curious child. This family was a happy one and they loved doing fun activities together. Every morning, Ochieng and Joki would gather the girls in the kitchen as they all helped in preparing breakfast. Joki will teach her daughters how to cook different foods like mandazi and chapati as they shared stories and jokes. They would then eat breakfast and head over to the farm until they learned together. The family's evenings were spent gathered around a crackling fire, sharing stories and singing traditional songs. As Ochieng played the drum, Njoki and her daughters will dance systematically, creating memories that will linger in their hearts forever. And this family continued to be happy until one day when Njoki realized that she was pregnant. Njoki had been feeling unwell for 2 weeks now. She was always feeling dizzy and fatigued, and whenever she cooked, the aroma of cooking food triggered a peculiar reaction within her. And that is when Njoki realized, I have had this feeling before when I was pregnant with Njeri. Could it be that I'm pregnant? Njoki wondered. And so, Njoki decided to go to the village healer, who after examining her, confirmed that Njoki was indeed pregnant. Overwhelmed with joy, Njoki ran home and shared the news of her pregnancy with her husband Ochieng. But instead of celebrating this news with her, Ochieng was far from celebratory. Ochieng was angry as he shouted at Njoki, "We are struggling to feed our 3 daughters. How could you allow yourself to get pregnant? Woman, are you mad? How are we supposed to provide for another mouth?" Ochieng then came closer to Njoki and whispered in her ears, "You must abort the thing that you are carrying, cause I will not raise it." And that was the beginning of trouble in Njoki's and Ochieng's marriage. Ochieng's attitude towards his wife changed from a warm and happy one to a cold one. Ochieng was always angry, and the burden of providing for a growing family transformed him from the loving husband and father that he once was. The laughter that once echoed through their house became a rare occurrence, replaced by strained silences and occasional outbursts. Ochieng started treating Njoki with indifference and hostility. The once shared responsibilities of the household now fell heavily on Njoki's shoulders as Ochieng withdrew emotionally and physically. The daughters, sensing the tension between their parents, kept worrying and wondering if things will go back to how they used to be. Njoki tried to talk to her husband, explaining that a baby was the gift from the gods, but Ochieng gave her a hot slap as he said, "I will not tell you again. Abort that baby. I don't want it. If you keep that pregnancy, then I'm out. Choose between me and the pregnancy. You can't have both." Njoki cried every single day, praying that the gods will change her husband's decision, but he became worse as each day passed. Ochieng started abusing his wife physically and he started drinking alcohol, and Ochieng will come back home drunk and beat Njoki as he said with his drunken voice, "I will beat you until the pregnancy comes out of you." So one day, as Ochieng was lying on the bed, he finally got the perfect plan. Ochieng went to an evil witch to seek counsel from her. The witch whispered of a potion brewed under the full moon that was known to abort pregnancies, and she gave it to him, promising that it will get the job done. And so Ochieng went back home and and slipped the portion on her wife's plate of food, and he peeped through the window as he confirmed that his wife had eaten the whole plate of food. The next morning, Ochieng was shocked to see Njoki happy and still in her pregnancy states. He was angry as he wondered, did that foolish witch lie to me? Why is she still pregnant? However, he did not share with anyone what he had tried to do. As he saw Njoki and the girls chatting and laughing outside their house, and as the girls touched Njoki's belly, Ochieng was angry. I must find a way to get rid of that baby. I will not give up, Ochieng thought to himself. So that same day, as Njoki and her daughters were heading to the market to buy groceries, a very old woman approached them. The old woman went on to say, "Please, I am going to tell you something, but promise me you will believe me. Your husband is determined to abort the pregnancy that you are carrying. He put a potion in your food so that the baby will die, but the gods could not allow that to happen because you are carrying a special child in your womb. Follow me and promise me that you will not go back to your house again." And with doubt in her face, Njoki chose to follow the old woman because how had she known about her husband? And so the old woman gave Njoki and her daughters a room to stay in. The old woman was a kind woman and she pampered Njoki with fruits and good nutrition, and Njoki started to smile and be happy once again. Njoki's daughters also became happy in this new home as they assisted the old woman with house chores and all the things she wanted them to do. Soon, Njoki delivered a very handsome baby boy and she named him Maina after his grandfather. Njoki did all her best to make ends meet as the old woman helped her in raising the kids. When he was 5 years old, Njoki noticed something extraordinary about Maina. A dog that was badly hurt came close to Maina, and when he touched it, the dog was completely healed. "Oh, my boy is a healer," Njoki said to herself. As Maina grew older, his healing stories kept on spreading all over the land. Maina had healed countless people, and people respected and loved him for that. Whenever someone would complain of any illness, the people would say to that person, "Do not go to any other healer to get treated. Go to Maina the healer. He will heal you. The boy has healed diseases that other healers have failed to do. He is sent to us by the gods. Go to him." So one day, Ochieng showed up to Njoki's house and they were all shocked to see him. You see, over the years, Ochieng had become blind and he tried to seek for healing from many healers, but none could heal him. And that is when he heard of Maina the healer, who heals all types of diseases, and he decided to try his luck. With anger in her voice, Njoki asked, "What are you doing here? Please leave us alone." Ochieng was shocked to hear Njoki's voice as he said, "Njoki, is that really you? I am sorry. Please forgive me for how I treated you in the past. I searched for you, but I couldn't find you. I have been told that there is a healer in this house that can heal all diseases. I am blind. I want to see again, please." Maina proceeded to touch Ochieng's eyes, and immediately Ochieng started to see. Ochieng was shocked to see a boy who looked exactly like him. With tears of regret in his eyes, Ochieng looked at Njoki and said, "Is this my son? Please, Maina, forgive me. I am your father, and I tried to abort your mother's pregnancy while you were still in her womb. Please forgive me. I was wrong." So, what's the moral lesson? This story teaches us that every child is a gift and blessing from God. If Maina was not born, then who would heal Ochieng's blindness? Anyway guys, that was it for today's story. I really hope that you enjoyed it and learned something out of it. I hope to see you in my next one. Kwaheri.